Thought Slot looked super with a tan. He looked brilliant. I'm very jealous, you know. I was looking at his tan and thinking, okay, we might be both bald. We might be both handsome. But he's definitely far more tanned. So yes, I've got a lot of jealousy on that one. So look, let's start off with the new gaffer and some quotes from Arne Slot. And by the way, some people are already having a go at me in the video from earlier on. He's saying, Craig, he pronounced his name perfectly right at the start of his interview with Peter McDowell, and you never even tried. It's because I can't roll my tongue as good as Arne was able to. I can't quite get that tongue roll that he can, so I'm not even going to try. But this is what he said about replacing Jurgen Klopp. I've seen loads of games of Liverpool, a lot of games of City as well. And when you live in Europe, the Premier League is probably the nicest league to follow. So yes, he's done a tremendous job over here, and I'm really happy with that as a fan. But now, as his successor, he left Liverpool in the best possible way. I think so. A very good team. The fans are very good as well, and I'm looking forward to it. So one little note, very early doors, that I would have for our new head coach, who I'm very excited to have at the club, is don't be thinking there's a rivalry between Liverpool and Man City. There was probably a healthy rivalry between Jurgen and Pep, two great coaches, no doubt about that. But Arne needs to learn very quickly that there's no rivalry because they're cheats and we don't like them. Well, in my opinion, they're cheats. Well, in the opinion of the Premier League's panel so far, they seem to be accused of cheating. And I don't like the rivalry side of it because there isn't. Because there's no respect in it. It's a one-way thing. City want to be relevant, and we're just putting up with them for the time being. But other than that, I thought it was a great interview. Some good insights. We also found out we'll have a new goalkeeping coach coming in as well, so we'll talk about that. More comments from your comments. What's a comment? More comments from Jurgen. No, Jurgen. I've done it already. I've only gone and done it already. I've called him Jurgen once. If I did that in the bedroom, I'd be in trouble. Right, Arne Slot on pre-season. It's all about getting players fit and getting your game idea, your model into the players. We have quite a lot of time with a few of them, and it depends how far players will go in the tournaments, how much time we will have to work with these players. And of course, he made no secret of the fact that he hopes the Dutch contingent do rather well, go far in the tournament, and he doesn't get to see them for a while. But no surprises there. He's shown a little bit of Dutch favouritism. Mark, thank you for gifting another membership, mate. You are very kind. I can't believe I already called him Jurgen Klopp. I mean, where am I going? So, I'll bring my own things to the table, and that's what's expected of me, was another comment from Arne today. He also spoke about his style of play, and this is what he had to say. The playing style will not be completely different, but it would be strange if we would do exactly similar things, because although I'm the replacement of Jurgen Klopp, I'm not exactly similar to him. I mean, eagle-eyed viewers amongst you may notice one real difference between them is that one of them had a beautiful, albeit redone set of hair, and the other one looks like me. So, right, this is what Slot had to say, and I love this, by the way. Really love this from the gaffer. He said he wants to get more than 82 points next season. He said he wants to see Liverpool higher up than third with more than 82 points, and I'm fully on board for that. James Pearce has been saying, as well as Sipke Hulshoff, his assistant coach, Ruben Peters, the performance coach, Arne Slot revealed that Fabian Otte is joining Liverpool as the goalkeeping coach. He's currently away with the US men's national team at the Copa America, and he just left his role at Borussia Mönchengladbach previously. So when America are finished in the Copa America, we will see our new goalkeeping coach, Fabian Otte, come over to work with Taffarel, obviously to continue to make sure that Alisson Becker's the greatest goalkeeper in world football. Speaking about recruitment, again, you're going to be happy about this. He was asked, does he switch off much? And he said no. He said he'd been on the phone to Richard Hughes quite a bit, and he said, it's been part of my time in the last couple of weeks. So clearly he's been getting stuck in and been getting information from Richard Hughes, and I'm sure Michael Edwards as well. Kyle said, Craig, your thoughts on the Slot interview? Sorry if you've already answered it. I'm just a bit late. Mate, absolutely no problem. I thought it was a good interview. I'm really happy we got to see it. I think Peter McDowell has always did a great job, because I think Peter McDowell's magnificent at what he does. There's a couple of little things that if I was in Liverpool's media team, I'd probably whisper into Slot's ear for his next interview. I know that he's a big fan of Pep Guardiola and the style of football Guardiola plays, right back to those Barcelona teams all the way through. I get that. But I feel like he needs to stop speaking about Manchester City from the perspective of it being a rivalry, because it is and it isn't. It isn't so much as it's been us and them a lot of the time. Now Arsenal, of course, as well, fighting for the title. But we don't believe it's a rivalry because we don't believe it's built fairly. So for me, I think he needs to understand that side of why Liverpool look at City with such disdain. On top of that, yeah, I thought it was good. I think it's different because he's not Jurgen. Jurgen is just that. I'm not saying Arne Slot isn't charismatic, because he very much is. But Jurgen is just like this big bundle of energy and laughs and smiles. And Arne Slot's going to be a slightly different character. But I tell you what, I'm really excited. He looks good in the Liverpool's top. And he seemed like really up for the job. Really happy to be here. Looking around at Kirby behind him. The AXA training facility looked magnificent. Yeah, it's... I'm ready. You know, I think the way Jurgen departed the club is probably the best way possible, because we didn't have to fire him, because nobody wants to do that. He didn't lose love with the fans. That was always going to be the case. So we got to say the best goodbye to Jurgen possible, and he got a big send-off. And Arne Slot addressed this as well, that he wanted to be respectful and make sure that that was all sorted before he was unveiled as well. So that, and the fact he was on holiday. So yeah, I'm excited. Lovely little surprise today as well to see Liverpool post that it was going to go live at 4 o'clock. Like me, like a big child, sitting there at 4 o'clock waiting for the countdown, and then watched it. And yeah, it was good. Now look, you always as a fan want as much information as possible, but we know a couple of things. We know that he's been in contact with Richard Hughes. We know that he's been thinking and talking about the squad, transfers and everything else. And he also spoke about the fact that for him coming from the continent of Europe, you know, it's not unusual. A head coach, manager, he kind of shrugged his shoulders at the differences and said it's a system he's very well used to working in. So, yeah, I'm just excited. Same as everybody else. 7 weeks till the Premier League's back underway. It feels like a lifetime, 7 weeks. But, you know, it'll be here before we know it. Arne Slot only needs to add one FA Cup in his first 6 years as Liverpool manager to match Mikel Arteta's Arsenal legacy. Which is a bit mad, right? That is a bit mad, because I will sit here and I will tell you that Arteta's doing a great job at Arsenal, and you'll probably agree. And he is. But one trophy in 6 years? At what point is the real pressure going to come on? At what point does he have to deliver a big trophy? You know, we talked about Klopp's 9 years at Liverpool. We talked about everything that he's won. A Champions League, a European Cup. And loads of people are just like, yeah, he won one. He won one of this and one of that. He still won a shitload of trophies. 1 in 6 years? That's not great. And I think the pressure should come on Arteta at some point, because it's not like he's having to deal with a hand behind his back. He spent £105 million on Declan Rice. And Arsenal are a very good team. But yeah, I hope the media really pulls their finger out and starts to put that pressure on, because he does have to deliver for this to actually be a success with Arsenal. And I'm an interested observer to see at what point the pressure starts to come on Arteta, because he's a bit of a media darling at the minute.